Hey everybody, welcome back to Golf Test Dummy, the channel where I use my game to help your game. There's no intro screen today, and I'll tell you why. It's because I want to do something that is just kind of near and dear to me. I'm going to play a few holes out here just to entertain you and kind of show you the state of the swing, but I've been at this channel for a little over 3 years, and I've got a few things that I would like to say, not only just for myself, but for all of you out there who might be watching. We're teeing off here at Bryson DeChambeau's home course, Glen Eagles tee shot. Club hit speed was 101.6. That's 102 miles an hour. Now for you guys out there that have been watching this channel, you know that that's a little bit above average for me. So what am I doing different? Well, today I'm just coming out here and I'm feeling the momentum of the club, and I'm just trying to swing it around me and just add speed where I feel it can be added. And that speaks to the very heart of why I started this YouTube channel. God-awful swing. There you go. Ended up in a bunker. Got exactly what I deserve. Wide open club face on a pitching wedge. Not good at all. So what? Big deal. Golf doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever I do on this channel, no matter what I'm filming, no matter what the episode is, I always try to make sure that the content that I'm creating, I am passionate about and that I'm invested in. I know a lot of you guys who are watching golf on YouTube, you're invested in your game, and I am invested in my game. I don't want this channel just to be another copycat of some other channel. I try to do some things here that might be a little bit original. Maybe they're at least a little bit less common. I don't copy and paste other people's work, and I really put my heart and soul into it. I really try to give you guys the real thoughts and the real feelings out of my head. I try to give you the genuine me and the genuine golf that I think you can find. One of the things that I've really tried to drive home and that I fully believe is that, number one, golf does not have to be expensive. Made my par by hitting a really good bunker shot out of there. Again, golf doesn't have to be a game of perfect. You can have bad shots. It's okay. Back to what I was talking about was that golf doesn't have to be expensive. The set of irons that I play with, they're the Tommy Armour 845s from Dick's Sporting Goods. I bought them brand new, and they cost me literally a third or maybe even a quarter of what the big name brands cost. This has probably been the best set of irons I've ever owned. They perform lights out for me, and they cost you nowhere near as much. Golf doesn't have to be expensive. My driver is about 6 years old. I bought it second or possibly third hand. It's not even adjustable. My hybrid that I use, again, it's from Dick's Sporting Goods. It's the Tommy Armour 845. It's a third of the price of other hybrids. My wedges I got used. They're the Cleveland CBX wedges. And my putter. I bought this brand new, pound for pound. As far as how much money I've spent on a club, this is the most expensive club in my bag. The extended grip Ping Sigma 2 putter. I love that. A lot of the things that I've done on this channel, reviewing golf balls, reviewing apps, checking out different clothes, checking out shoes, finding Amazon deals, the clubs, the bag, everything I use, I try to find discounts, and I offer you guys discounts down in the description below, because again, golf does not have to be expensive. All right, that's a pretty good drive. I'm hitting a little bit high tonight. That's okay, but I'm just relaxed. I'm just going in here. I'm trying to make a momentum-based swing with the club. I'm not worried about playing with any particular type of swing, but carrying on with the theme, what's the next thing that I've really tried to drive home? 6 iron to lay up on this par 5. Good. Certainly not going to win any awards for that 6 iron, but I'll tell you what, it was within 5 to 10 yards of the aiming marker that I put out there. It went straight at it. It was decent contact. It flew a decent amount of yardage, and it was a perfect layup, left me a partial wedge coming into this green. But the next thing that I want to talk about is golf does not have to be as difficult as everybody else, including the golf industry, would have you believe. 60 yards, all right, 54-degree wedge. Let's see, what do we get here? Go. Little short. 2 putts for a par from 24 feet. That's par again. Now, I've got no problems with the golfing industry. People, companies, and golf included, they're all out to make money. If they were doing it for free and they couldn't make money off of it, they wouldn't exist. But the clubs, the custom fitting, the lessons, the golf clothing, the golf gear, the golf shoes, everything that you need is improving. Okay, they do make improvements. The golf ball has improved greatly over the last few decades. Golf clubs have improved, and teaching has now involved a lot of technology that can give them so much more data than they ever had back in 1974. But my point is that you don't necessarily have to do all of those things and spend all of that money that the golfing industry and the entire golfing world is telling you that you have to spend. It doesn't have to be that way. You still will need to spend some money. Golf is not free. Oh, it was close. It was the exact distance that I was aiming for. I just left it a smidge right, but that's okay. It leaves me about 150 yards into the screen. Just a little bit too far. I'm off the back of the green by just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to try and chip this one in for you guys and make a birdie. After 8 years being gone, I left because I was so frustrated. I wasn't getting any better. As a matter of fact, I was getting worse. You've heard this story before, how somebody goes down a rabbit hole and they're trying so hard and they're searching all these different things out and they're looking for the secret, they're looking for the answer, and then they get worse. And inevitably, they'll either leave the game or they'll just continue to play bad for the rest of their days. All right, I've tried recording this piece right here now about 6 times. I'm trying to shorten it up because I know you guys think I talk way too much. At the end of it, the entire golfing industry has a ton of coaches, and YouTube, as far as golf is concerned, has exploded in the last 3 years. There are just tons of golf channels. I know you guys have probably seen them all out there. And not all of them are tip or improvement or coaching based. Many of them are on course vlogs. They're testing out different equipment and things like that. But they find a channel that is successful and they try to Xerox that channel and recreate that success. With this channel, I'm trying to do something at least a little bit different, a little bit unique. Well, as a 187-yard 6-iron that got backspin, rolled back about 4 or 5 yards, and gave me a 3-putt when I was supposed to ace this hole. That's a tough break. We'll chalk that one up to bad luck. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Look, I have found things that work for me. I have found success with multiple different swing models, but I can honestly say that the number one swing model that I've tried that gets me the least success is the modern conventional golf swing. Golf doesn't have to be expensive. Golf doesn't have to be complex. And you can self-govern. You can. You do not have to have somebody to hold your hand and show you step by step every day, every week for the rest of your life in order to improve and play good golf. You just need to find what works for you. And a lot of times, the old Ben Hogan way, digging it out of the dirt, is the best way to learn. Sometimes this technology can make you see things that don't necessarily need to be fixed just because they don't match up with some swing model and what somebody tells you should be happening in the golf swing. But I'll ask you this, if you're unhappy with your golf, is it because what you produce, your ball flights, your distance, your scores, Is it because what you produce is not giving you what you want and you know that you could be better and it's unsatisfying? Or is it that you don't like the way that your swing looks because it's not technically correct and you would love for your swing to be more textbook or more like some of the people on TV or what the coaches tell you that you should look like? If it's the former and you really are not producing as you feel you should be, you got a big wicked slice, you're hitting weak distances, you've got the hooks, your short game's terrible, whatever it may be, then address it, try to fix it. But you can teach yourself to be better at it. If it's the latter, if it's that you don't like the way it looks, ask yourself why. Do some real soul searching. And if you start to find that it's because it doesn't look like it's supposed to, then you're in the category that I've been in. I've been in it a bunch of times, and I understand exactly what you're talking about. You should be here. You should do this. This should look like this. Forget all of that. Forget all of that. You need to do what produces the results that you want. The old pros, they didn't have slow motion stuff. They didn't have laser beams and suits that they could put on to tell them everything. What they had was their ball flight, and they watched it. And if it came out the way they wanted, they really didn't care what all this looked like. And if they didn't have what they wanted, they would tweak things and move around and try different stuff until they found what worked. But again, they didn't care what all this looked like. You shouldn't either. And it's been part of my quest to share that with you on this channel. I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you very much for following along with me. The future of this channel has yet to be written. I'll see you in the next video.